You're tuned into Repco Muscle Garage, the home of New Zealand's toughest muscle cars, hot rods and street machines. Proudly brought to you by Repco, in association with Mount Shop, Maguire's and Rislow. Thanks for tuning into Repco Muscle Garage and our special coverage of Cruise Martinborough. While this Wairarapa 4-day auto festival might concede a few years to event calendar heavyweights like Repco Beach Hop, Muscle Car Madness or Kimu, Cruise Martinborough has wasted no time in cementing its position as one of the hobby's standouts. Cab's numbers and the chance to tour picturesque wine country Wairarapa ensures an enthusiastic turnout of both repeat entrants and newcomers, keen to see what all the fuss is about.
Cruise Martinborough, so this is Cruise Martinborough, the 7th year, and what is it in a nutshell? I mean, there's so much happening. There's 4 days of action. We've got the drag strip we had yesterday, a few cars broken down. We've got the Martinborough Square today with the stalls, Miss Cruise Martinborough, a car show, lots happening. We're going to the Tirinaka racecourse. We've got the grass carner happening, so a paddock we can let loose in, and everyone's having a good time. A little bit of rain, but not too bad.
Nope, she's no static display, this one, and that's a big chunk of Cruise Martinborough's appeal. Rain or shine, the 400-strong convoy hits the tarmac, track, even turf, departing the Martinborough home base for the neighbouring destinations of Lake Ferry, Masterton via Greytown and Carterton, and even a bit of playtime out back of Featherston's Tohiraniko racecourse. That's after Saturday's grand takeover of Martinborough's town square. And this Cruise Martinborough convoy is one that's wide and varied.
Loosely we say it's pre-79, but then we say any unique creations or modern marvels. So there's a few Hellcats and there's a few that are over the pre-79 criteria because they're cool. There's definitely no Japanese cars here. And every now and then there might be an Aston Martin or a Ferrari or something exotic, but they don't really fit in, but they still, come along because they're different. We've got a Land Cruiser here today. Big yellow old Land Cruiser that you don't see many of those, but that's rolling around having a good time. I guess people say that it's a relaxed atmosphere. I'm not sure how that's happened. Maybe it's the numbers as well. We normally sit around the 400 entries. It's not too big, it's not too small. And the relaxed sort of atmosphere of the Wairarapa, it's all goes hand in hand.
A wonderful, wonderful occasion for the Wellington area. I mean, you've got to see that by the cars that arrive.
Massive, yeah. Going down streets, back streets and that you've never been down before and seeing that you've never seen it, so it's really, really cool. And meeting people that, into the same thing you are, so that, that's cool. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
You can get the car out, you can drive it, get to stay, sit somewhere in Martinborough and watch all the cars cruise, go down the drag strip.
It's so local. After COVID-19, of course, a lot of people can't travel. You're talking about 400 plus cars. To get out, meet new people, it's really, really cool.
I mean, that's what we're about, is using our cars and socialising in the evenings with our friends and doing dumb things, and it's really cool. I think like this here, we're at the Masters Motorplex and they're just lined up here. There's probably a 20-minute wait to get on the track in your standard hot rod or car, and everyone's having a ball, and this is what it's about. It's like getting in and participating with your mates and meeting new mates you haven't met before.
3 mates doing just that were Dale, Craig and Brett, who all made the trek over from the Kapiti coast. Owning 3 of the event's standout cars between them also made them prime targets for a TV camera.
It's been on the board for a couple of years, just didn't have the car. Had a couple of other cars, but they weren't as cool as this one. So there's no point bringing one in. 74 HQ Holden. It's running at 427, blown, turbo 400, 8 3/4 inch rear. I'd like a Roadrunner, that's my goal. Work towards one of those or a Coronet one day, but yeah, this thing, right place, right time, right price. It's a 4-door too. I can take the missus on that side and the 3 kids in the back. Yeah, it's got the right stance, it's got the right thing out the bonnet. I've always liked them. Never had the chance to buy one. And finally came up with some money. There's not a hell of a lot of Aussie cars here. Yeah, the Aussie stuff's cool. Everyone's had one, haven't they? Well, everyone you know's had one. They were a $500 car when we were kids. Now they're not. I don't want to own a car I can't drive. I don't want to just go to the shed and look at it. There's no point. It's there to be driven and drive it every day until something else goes and fix that and then keep going and going.
A 1957 Chev Bel Air, two-door sports coupe. It's got the Elderbrock 350 in it, fuel injected, about 440 horsepower. It's got 700 trans in it with a 4-speed, 9-inch diff. The rear end's being tubbed on it. Discs on the front. Still got the drums on the back. Drives like a new car. All the suspension in it's all adjustables in the back, and so you can adjust your ride heights. And we raised it up 2 inches a couple of weeks ago and didn't like the look of it, so we lowered it back down. Green Lane Speed Shop built it. Guy Charlie brought it from them, put his little touches on it, and then I brought it from him. A few bits and pieces to it, but yeah, cheaper way to go than building them. Built them before and yeah, spent thousands.
Yep, the Bel Air was built by Green Lane Speed Shop Steve Milliken, but the 57 was then purchased and further fettled by Auckland's Charlie Bailey before Craig secured his spot behind the wheel. And an interesting coincidence, his mate Brett's Candy Apple Chevelle was also bought from Charlie, who had imported it from the US. That Chevy, originally built for NBA player LaMarcus Aldridge.
Always wanted a Chevelle. Had plenty of cars, but that's always been my car. So yeah, this one came up and just had to have it. Just love the shape. Definitely the colour and the engine. Being manual too helped. Yeah. You've had our Caminos, Pro-charged our Caminos and stuff like that, and blown HQs and whatnot, but yeah, this one came up and just had to sell, unfortunately sell both of those to get this one, but well worth it. So it's a 68 factory big block SS manual Chevelle, 572 crate motor. I think it's about 9.3 litres, pumping out about 700 horsepower, and it's all multi-point injected, so that helps too. Tremac 5-speed, just 411 gears, Woolwood brakes, aftermarket suspension, so on and so on. So it drives like a new car. Considering how low it is, it actually handles and drives like a supercar, like a V8 supercar. Fantastic. Brakes, handles, really good, considering how low it is, yeah.
Brett owned and built a string of tough cars, but the option to buy the Chevelle with the blood, sweat and tears already invested sure makes for a smart move, avoiding the plentiful pitfalls that lie in wait on any serious build.
Don't know what you're getting, what you've got at the time to get something else that somebody else has built, you know, and knowing it's been built properly is an added bonus, yeah. Because I've been down that path building my own cars and stuff like that, and it can get very expensive, yeah, and a lot of headaches.
Seems we weren't the only ones smitten with the 68. The Chevelle rewarded with the title of Cruise Martinborough's top muscle car. For Brett though, that's preaching to the choir.
This is it mate, yep. She's a keeper. Even after work, late nights, whatever, I'm driving it all the time. That's what you get them for, eh? Yeah.
Advanced protection of hybrid ceramic.
Whoa.
Now in 3 easy-to-use products. In original spray wax, now as a liquid wax, and a spray detailer. Meguiar's hybrid ceramic family with advanced SiO2 technology. Meguiar's, ceramic made easy.
Rizlone has been in engines almost as long as engines have been in cars. Why? Because from then until now, there's never been a perfectly clean fuel. This means every time you fill up, you're adding pollutants and contaminants to your fuel system. Rizlone Fuel Injector Cleaner can cure those woes and help save your engine. Rizlone Fuel Injector Cleaner adds an upper cylinder lubricant, providing double the cleaning power out of the same bottle. We know something about aging well, so when we say it's your engine's fountain of youth under a screw top, you can count on it. Rizlone is the original engine tune-up, available at participating stores near you.
You're tuned into Repco Muscle Garage, the home of New Zealand's toughest muscle cars, hot rods and street machines. Proudly brought to you by Repco, in association with Mount Shop. Maguire's and Rislow. You're back with our Cruise Martinborough special coverage. 4 days of automotive fun in the sun and rain and wind. This 400-strong convoy never sits still for long, whether they be navigating the Wairarapa's B roads, Masterton's drag strip, or even the odd paddock.
If you're going to have them, you might as well use them. No point in trailering them around. You've got it, use it.
I don't want to own a car I can't drive. It's there to be driven and drive it every day.
Fuel bill gets up, but end of the day I don't really care. Having a lot of fun.
Don't want a show car. Show cars are not me. I come to shows to participate and have some fun. Drive them every day. I drive it to work. Doesn't matter.
Everyone here loves to drive their car, especially down the drag strip, and show them off. Yeah, we do go to car parks and just park, but actually there's a lot more happening there too. We had quite a nice drive yesterday from Martinborough to Masterton on the back roads, so lots of country roads. A few Aucklanders probably got lost, but they made it there in the end. And Thursday out to Lake Ferry, same again, quite a drive by the seaside, so that's quite nice. And yeah, a lot of different action happening today.
Putting more miles on the clock than most were Doug and Fonda, all the way up from Kaikoura in this Trans Am. It's a dream car for Doug, one that happily came with a whole lot more pedigree than knowingly purchased.
Always wanted a Pontiac Trans Am, one of my dream cars. I'd been looking for a while and got tagged by a mate on it. It came up on Trade Me. It was a reasonably cheap price, which was cool, fitted my budget. But yeah, I bought it as a 1980 turbo Trans Am, not knowing a great deal about the turbo Trans Am. Tried replacing all the brakes on it and found out we had four-wheel disc brakes on it, and then a bit of back and forth going, well, they didn't come out with them, and well, apparently it's factory. So I sent me the barcode number off the dash and send that through to him, and about an hour and a half later he comes back and says, oh my God, he said, you got a Indianapolis pace car there. We didn't even know there was one of these in the country. There's a few others, of course, of other models. Some of the history's pretty cool, we made 5,700 of them. We know of, apparently there's 1,980 that they know of still in existence. This is one of 674 that they still know of that were made in Van Nuttall, LA, California factory. Of course, they weren't able to be sold there. They failed the emissions test with the turbo and that, so they were made there and shipped out of state and sold somewhere else. This car was bought in America and shipped to New Zealand and registered in the third month of '85, so it was quite new. Came fully loaded with lots of bits and pieces, and yeah, the original 301 cubic inch turbo engine that it came out with got replaced in 2009 by the owner with a 350 Chevy crate engine, but we think we may be on to, or getting closer to finding out where the engine is and original engine is and bits and pieces. So yeah, we're working away quietly at that at the moment. But yeah, very cool car. My wife and I have enjoyed it. We took it up to Beach Hop in November, 2,500 Ks. Managed to use about 380 litres of petrol. It's great. Definitely a dream car. I mean, we started out with Holdens because they were affordable. I still love them. I've still got quite a few of those sitting around at home. But yeah, definitely wanted to get into an American car. Definitely wanted an American muscle car, and definitely wanted a Trans Am. It was, Smokey and the Bandit style was really the dream. But the 80 pace car, man, you couldn't get it better. Unless you got an autographed Burt Reynolds car or something stupid. I think this would do me fine.
Continuing the dream car theme was Dave in his 52 Chevy sedan. For Dave though, the real dream was only fully realised when this customised cruiser hit the road after an absence of 38 years.
All my life, since about 9 or 10 years old, I've really liked that particular model, and the late Bill Pullen of Naya Repair Depot in Wellington had a 49, and I used to go down to the local shop with my older brother, and Bill would arrive with a big bundle of sports posts and throw them on the footpath and take off in this big American car. And I just said to my brother, man, I'm going to have one of those cars one day. And years later, I was with my wife in the up in the northern Wairarapa, and I spotted this car in a garage in a barn on a farm, and it was just exactly what I'd dreamed about all those years. And my darling late wife bought it for me for my 30th birthday, so I was the luckiest guy in the world. But sadly pulled it apart to restore it, and of course easy pulling apart, but putting back together it took 38 years. My son Phil, he was the man behind the scene, and he just organised his father and made him spend the money, and we've customised the car, and it's absolutely a dream motor car. I'm absolutely wrapped in it, and it's a pity that my late wife wasn't here today to witness it and have a ride with me, but never mind, she's here and we've done it in memory of her, and it's just a lovely, lovely old girl. Total custom now, a brand new chassis, totally powder coated. It has a work 283 Chev motor in it, Mustang front end. It has 12-inch disc brakes all round, big wheel, 18-inch wheels that my son had a lot to in the design work of it. It is just an absolute dream to drive. Coming back from Masterton today, some of the corners I just went round there a bit fast, but she hung on just like mad. New Zealand new, so you know, there's a lot of them around those days. You know, farmers had them, reps for companies had them. The coal car was Fisherline when I got it. It's funny that should happen that when it went into the powder coating machine, all the Fisherline run out of the joints. So yeah, she's an original car and she'll never rust. Maybe we should drink a bit of Fisherline, us guys, and we could last forever too. It is the dream car, totally dream car. Yeah, my partner just loves it. She just said today, coming down from Masterton, she says, God, it's lovely sitting in this car. The seating is so beautiful. When I'm finished with it, my daughter in Hamilton wants it, Adele. So yeah, my son has a car, but they'll have to battle that out when I'm gone. But anyhow, if I had my way, I'd take it to heaven with me.
If cars could talk, another sure to have plenty of tales to tell was Nathan's two-door Post Galaxy, a vehicle that served its time in the Ohio Highway Patrol.
I've always been into police cars since I was about knee-high grasshopper. Always wanted one, now I've got two of them now. Quite a few years ago, 5 years ago, I was looking for a cop car of some sorts. I found two V8s that I really wanted. One was a Dodge Monaco 78, but it was a little bit out of my price range. This car here came from Ohio State Police. Like when I got her, she was all plain Jane, nothing on it. Went through the internet and started finding posters and an old video footage, and voila. And of course you can't use police because it's a registered trademark, but Highway Patrol, you're good as gold. When you go out tiki-touri, people love it. It's brilliant. It's a 64 Galaxy Custom 500. There are not many of these in New Zealand. They're a two-door post, 390 big block. Some of them are automatics. This one here is a free speed, free on the tree. I had to resource through a couple of friends the old light, just to try and get the old twin spin. The siren unit, I ran into a guy in Wellington and I said I was after a siren unit for an old police car, and voila, he bought out an old starter motor. It's something unique. You're not going to see one of these cars around in New Zealand. There's not many left in the world. Yeah, get right behind them, put the lights on, put the siren on, give them that American experience.
Cruise Martinborough's fourth and final day is an appropriately cruisy one, seeing the show off with a breakfast barbecue and prize giving on the square before showgoers head home for another year. 2021's event won't be remembered for its still summer days and balmy evenings, but what the weather lacked, the Wairarapa's backdrop and Cruise Martinborough's relaxed format more than made up for. It's right up there in the ranks of New Zealand's must-do auto events, and you're in luck because Damien and his team take little time to pause, cracking straight on into plans for the event's 8th outing in 2022.
It's quite a nice feeling when all the cars are in around the square and you finally made it, and all the stress is gone and everyone's fitted in the closure. That's a good feeling, and of course people will come and tell you that they're having a great time. They love the Wairarapa countryside, and it's a relaxed atmosphere. So yeah, that's all I really want, is people have a good time and tell other people to, you know, come along as well. Yeah.
During this year's Repco Supercars Championship season, the garage is your go-to place for all things supercars and motoring. Exclusive content, special guests, and your chance to win amazing experiences at the track. Register your interest today. Repco Muscle Garage was proudly brought to you by Repco. It starts with the parts. Mount Shop, undercar specialists. Maguire's, people who love cars love Maguire's. And Rizlo, high performance additives for high performance vehicles.